this is Bob Pockris, and welcome to SceneDaily.com's Roundtable. I'm here with Chris Johnson and Kenny Bruce. And, yeah, you know, I just, after a weekend of rain and everything, it messes with your head.
Yes,
and even though there are only 227 of the 400 laps over the weekend, and it still lasted what seemed like hours and hours on hours, but we did finally end up with a winner, David Reutimann. Tainted or not, since it's a rain-shortened race and pitch strategy played a role.
I'm not going to call it tainted, but what I'd call it is incomplete. And I think the way Reutimann handled it afterward was fantastic. I mean, even he said, hopefully the next one will earn it, right? So you come away with the win, but you're not fully satisfied in some respects. That's my take on it.
I don't know. A win's a win. I mean, he's been racing for, I mean, he is almost like 50 or 60 years old. Okay, maybe just 39.
Maybe 39.
39, but I mean, still, you know, a win's a win, isn't it, Ken?
Yeah, it is. And, I mean, if you think back of how many drivers have won races, not because they had the fastest car, but because of a call that was made late in the race, whether it was rain-shortened or whether it ran all the way to completion. You have guys that come in and take 2 tires as opposed to taking 4. You have guys that don't come in at all and pit late, try to stretch their fuel mileage. Those guys got wins, and it's not like he ran in the back of the pack all day. I mean, he was in the top 15 throughout the race. So the guy was up there. Granted, he might have gotten past if the race had gone back to green flag, but we don't know that.
Well, he would have had to pit, and then
eventually, but they all would have.
Well, not really even
That's the
event.
thing.
I mean, the thing is, they were only 4 or 5 green flag laps, and possibly most guys were saying they can only go 5 to 10 more caution laps
Right.
before they were going to have to pit. But they don't cut up the trophy and only give them 55% of it, and don't give them 55% of the winner's check.
The other thing, though, too, and I was listening to the radio, I don't even know who said it, but somebody was saying, what a bold call, what a courageous call. I mean, come on. Rodney Childers said himself, I didn't even give it much thought.
Yeah.
We either try to win this thing now or restart 24th is what he said.
And that's the thing.
It was a smart move.
Yeah, everybody out there had the same opportunity to stay on the track.
Right.
No, but you see,
they were looking at the same radar.
Bold move because David Reutimann could see the chase where he was. I'm not exactly sure how many points he was out.
6 back now.
He's 6 back now. He's probably like 40 or 50 before.
Right.
If he does that, and then they go back to green, and he falls back to 25th when he was running 15th, I mean, you're risking 30 points, and you had the potential, though, to gain 60. And there are a lot of guys who are probably thinking, especially like a Kyle Busch, whose crew chief is thinking, I can't risk losing a lot of points here. I want to maintain my position.
Right. Don't you think a guy like Childers and Reutimann, they're thinking more the immediate concern of the win? I mean, Childers is like, there was no thought involved. I mean, to call it a bold move, I don't think that's accurate. We're only in the 12th race, too. I mean, we got
you still got
14 to go.
Got 14 to go.
Right.
But I mean, I think it's still a time where a lot of people obviously are playing it conservative. I mean, really, I'm not going to say that Michael Waltrip's team are some great weather predictors because I mean it's just really hard to tell what was going to happen all weekend, and they got the benefit of it. Were the fans cheated?
Well, I mean, I think the fans were cheated just from the aspect of they had to deal with rain. They had to sit there all day Sunday, and then didn't get to see any racing. They came back on Monday. We had a couple of red flags for rain then, and then they didn't get to see an entire race. Yeah, so they were cheated. But that going into any race weekend that there's a possibility something like that can happen.
NASCAR can never please everybody in this situation. Never.
Kind of like a baseball game that goes 5 innings, or going to see 2 passing teams in the mud, and they end up running the whole time. So, what are you going to do?
It's like we talked about it last week. It's like paying a lot of money to go to a heavyweight championship fight. And
first round
knockout. Are you cheated? Well, yeah, you are, but
But you were there. You experienced it. You got wet, had a lot of fun, and it was better than coming back in July to race again.
Definitely better than
10-4.
Well, thanks to the fans for staying out, and we'll look to see what David Reutimann can do this week too. Thanks for you all for joining us, and please join us again on another SceneDaily.com roundtable.